The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
I'm on my own, against the wall. The pressure's building, but no, I will never fall. Instead of crying, they hear me roar. And now I see that I'm way better than before. I never needed you at all. Think I fall down.
Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast. I'm your fucking host, as always, Kevin Porter. Shit, guys, we need to get some more guests on this shit. We need to bring Take back on here, guys. I don't know about doing this podcast by myself. I mean, you guys really enjoy it? I don't know. I mean, you keep coming back every week, so I guess I gotta keep putting on a good old jolly smile on my face, guys. And we need to fucking rock this as the best that we can. So, you know, as always, we are here to cover the week that was professional wrestling. Dude, we got a fucking jam-packed episode, guys. Dude, Elimination Chamber is this coming Sunday, guys. And I don't know about you, but I'm not that hyped up for it. I mean, we're on the road to WrestleMania, right? We're on the road to WrestleMania, and sometimes the road to the WrestleMania is kind of predictable. With that being said, I don't know exactly what's going to happen at WrestleMania this year, but this Sunday, am I like 100% excited in regards to the Elimination Chamber? I'm excited for the Elimination Chamber match, I suppose. We'll get to those here later on in the show, but yeah, I would say my hype level is pretty low going into this weekend, honestly. I mean, we'll have our post show, but we'll see. We'll see how the show turns out. I mean, maybe it's going to be one of those shows where like I have such a like low level of expectation that like it's going to turn out to be like maybe a really good show. I don't know. So let's just go ahead and kick off covering this week that what happened here on TV for WWE. And I might as well just get this out of the way right now, just to address a little bit of what we normally do on this show. We normally cover Ring of Honor TV every single week. I've made the executive decision that moving forward we will no longer be covering Ring of Honor TV. Oh, I know that everybody's like, oh man, that's the only reason I tune in to your shitty fucking podcast, Kevin, is to listen to you talk about Ring of Honor for 5 minutes. And it's nothing against Ring of Honor. I'm just kind of bored with the product. And again, nothing ever fucking notable happens. it's not to say I won't watch Ring of Honor, but it's just, for the time being, I mean, we're just not going to talk about it on the podcast. So, come to Madison Square Garden show, maybe we'll dig into the wallet and go ahead. Apparently, the Vancouver Canucks just scored a goal. So good job, Canucks. Apparently, I owe everybody a beer by Stone Cold Steve Austin standards by not putting my fucking shit on vibrate, which, I'm so horrible about that. I don't fucking ever think about that type of stuff. But, yeah, so just moving forward, maybe come Madison Square Garden, we may pull out the wallet and, maybe we'll check out that show. But honestly, dude, like, with the Young Bucks, Cody, all those guys fucking taking off, man. I mean, there's still elements of Ring of Honor that, like, there's lots of people there that I definitely do enjoy. But, dude, All Elite Wrestling is kind of got my eye right now. So it's kind of like, well, if there's anything to be covering, I think it's All Elite Wrestling. So sorry, Ring of Honor, but unfortunately on the Totally Necessary Wrestling Podcast, you are now taking a fucking back seat. So let's just go ahead and jump into Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw kicked off with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon basically inviting Becky Lynch to the ring. More or less, they basically, any sort of progress that they had built up last week in regards to whatever storyline that they were trying to push with the whole medical, injury thing with Becky Lynch basically got fucking pushed to the wayside as more or less, apparently Becky Lynch has seen a doctor, and their doctor talked with WWE's doctors, and now Becky Lynch is cleared for the most part to go. The only thing that is missing was an apology. So all of Monday Night Raw was built around Becky Lynch apologizing to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So that's kind of where we, basically Triple H gave Becky Lynch the night to kind of sit and ponder on it. Like, what was she going to do? Was she going to, risk her main event match at WrestleMania against Ronda Rousey, or was her pride going to take hold, and was she going to go ahead and, or was she going to, bow down to the king? Bow down to the king. Fuck Triple H, dude. Whatever. Stupid son of a bitch. But I mean, that was the whole story that set up Monday Night Raw this past Monday. We kicked off the actual in-ring portion of Monday Night Raw. We saw Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on Riot Squad, taking on Tamina Snuka and Nia Jax, which is, what we saw the other cohorts of the Elimination Chamber to determine the new WWE Women's Tag Champions. Kind of faced off similarly on SmackDown as well this past Tuesday. Nothing wrong to say about this match here. Ultimately, Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka defeated Bayley, Banks, and Riot Squad, which we'll get to the preview of Elimination Chamber here shortly. But it is what it is. I mean, it's building up for Sunday, so I don't really have anything against Nia Jax or Tamina Snuka going over here. We saw Lucha House Party interrupt Elias. Not much to really say here, guys. Elias is doing his thing, and I mean, I guess you got 3 hours to fill, so there's the Lucha House Party. Whoopity fucking do. We saw Finn Balor taking on Drew McIntyre. This was, we ultimately saw Balor defeat McIntyre via disqualification here. So this was, pretty quick on the call in regards to this situation occurring here. Ultimately, this led to the involvement of Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, and Braun Strowman. It ultimately led to a tag team match. This match went on for quite some time. It's good to see Kurt Angle getting actually featured in a proper wrestling role on a weekly basis. I don't have anything against him mixing it up with all these guys here. Honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about this. I mean, a lot of people I heard kind of bitched and moaned about the match being a little too long, a little too boring, but I didn't really have anything against the match. I thought it was a pretty fun match, and especially when you're, again, trying to fill in 3 fucking hours of Monday Night Raw. It wasn't the worst fucking thing. We saw Nikki Cross take on Ruby Riott, which Ruby Riott is slated to face Ronda Rousey this coming Sunday for the WWE Raw Women's Championship, which I guess you really wouldn't know, because kind of going back to the opening segment, it's pretty much a foregone afterthought that fucking Ronda Rousey's gonna win on Sunday. So again, this whole not really being pumped up for Sunday, it's like, I guess we just have to have a match where Ronda Rousey defends the championship. I mean, Asuka's not on the fucking card. I don't know. I guess I don't have anything against the match there, but I mean, it kind of sucks for Ruby Riott. I mean, just being such a fucking afterthought. Again, obviously the big picture being WrestleMania. So it's, again, I'm not expecting really big things to go down this coming Sunday. I'm not expecting any big shockers like Ruby Riott defeating Ronda Rousey. But Riott picked up the win over Cross. Dude, it's really shitty to see, Nikki Cross being called up from, finally being called up from NXT. Just to job out on, the main roster. And again, this kind of is the track record of these people that are brought up. A lot of the time, these people that are brought up just prematurely off the NXT roster up to the main roster, and we see how they're used on a weekly basis, and there's not much to really say there. So without going into great detail and trashing WWE's creative that much, we'll go ahead and just move on from that. So we saw Seth Rollins address Brock Lesnar here. So Seth Rollins basically acknowledged that he is injured. He took 6 F5s 2 weeks prior. Really good segment here, I thought. Seth Rollins is the fucking man, dude. Right now, Seth Rollins will go on to WrestleMania and will defeat Brock Lesnar, in my opinion. I really do think that he will take the Universal Championship. Basically stated he's going to sell his soul to the fucking devil. At one point, I think that's when Paul Heyman ended up cutting him off, and they went back and forth. Which, hey, man, you're not that far off. Vince McMahon, he's part of those high-up elites, dude. If we want to go down the conspiracy road, you want to sell your soul to the devil, Vince McMahon could probably arrange that. So we obviously did see Dean Ambrose interrupting the proceedings as he was coming out to face his Seth Rollins. And apparently, he went off script here. Apparently, there was supposed to be a little bit longer of a little bit of an exchange in between him and Seth Rollins. But basically, he basically just offered just a couple words to Seth Rollins, basically slay the beast, which, in hindsight, if he really did go off script, dude, kudos to fucking Dean Ambrose, man, because it seemed like just saying that goes a little bit, it went a little bit longer in regards to, less is more type, mindset in regards to, the promo there. Sometimes WWE kind of overscripts their shit, it seems like, anyway. But nonetheless, it's rumored now that Dean Ambrose will be leaving WWE, this after WrestleMania this year. So obviously he just doesn't. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do? Fucking fire him? I mean, who the fuck cares at this point? So, but I guess Dean Ambrose is the fucking good guy again, and this, it's just like, I guess the last couple of months really didn't matter in regards to him and Seth Rollins in their blood feud, which never really got to that blood feud status, even though you would think, considering the fact that they, based the whole entire, the whole entire feud over Roman Reigns' leukemia diagnosis, is just like, what was the point then? What the fuck was the point, guys? So we did see EC3 taking on Dean Ambrose. So this is, a rematch from last week where EC3 had gotten the roll-up win. So now apparently we see EC3 as the heel, which he should be the heel. There's no reason for EC3 to be a fucking face on WWE, guys. But 50-50 booking takes place, and Dean Ambrose picks up the win here. Not much to say about the match here. Okay, guys, sure, 50-50 booking really fucking works. It goes a long way to building up your fucking superstars on the main roster now, doesn't it, Vince? So we did see the Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable defending against the Revival for what seems to be like the fucking millionth time. But finally, the Revival have obtained greatness and are your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Guys, great match here. I could see Revival and Chad Gable and Bobby Roode, wrestle every single week. I know we say for the 20th time, but am I bitching and moaning about it being the 20th time? No, because all four of these guys are great guys, and considering the Revival were rumored to have asked for their release, at this over a month ago at this point. It's good to see that, they're not just going to get buried and they've been rewarded. And, it's good to see that WWE is actually taking account of AEW and the fact that, hey guys, for the first time in damn near fucking 20 years, 18 years at this point, wrestlers have a choice and they don't have to fucking stick around and put up with bullshit crap in WWE. So good for them for doing good by the Revival and giving them a fucking finally winning the tag titles on the main roster, guys. So we saw it in the main event of the evening here. I guess, dude, I'll go off and say, dude, like, what a fucking bullshit fucking segment here. What the fuck is up with, like, Becky Lynch apologizing to Triple H and Stephanie? Like, kiss my fucking ass. Isn't she supposed to be the female Conor McGregor? Like, isn't that, like, what Conor McGregor basically, would Conor McGregor apologize to Dana White? Fuck no, dude. Conor McGregor is, in his opinion, bigger than the UFC. It's not the UFC needs him. But it's not like Conor McGregor needs the UFC. It's the UFC needs Conor McGregor. I mean, and honestly, that's the way it's perceived, and that's the way it is. And that's the way it should be with Becky Lynch here. But ultimately, that's not necessarily the route that they're taking. So Becky ultimately apologizes. Cue Vince McMahon's fucking music. Basically comes out, basically says, you think you're bigger than the WWE? Ha ha ha, I know better. And you're officially suspended for 60 days. And now this will extend over WrestleMania and replacing Becky Lynch in the main event of WrestleMania against Ronda Rousey. Because again, Ronda Rousey's not beating Ruby fucking Riott, guys. Charlotte fucking Flair, which again, this has been long rumored that this will be a triple threat to the angst of so many fucking fans out there. Charlotte Flair will weasel her way into the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania. I don't know. I just didn't like the apology. I don't really mind the way that, I don't know. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. Fuck you, WWE. I know ultimately we're going to get it's not like Becky Lynch isn't going to be in the fucking main event, but dude, like really you had to fucking shoehorn Ric Flair's stupid, bitchy, fucking dumb shit daughter into this fucking main event. It's like, go fucking figure. Kiss my fucking ass. Moving on to SmackDown, we saw Charlotte Flair basically just gloat over the fact that she's replacing Becky Lynch. Dude, Charlotte Flair is going to be on that Roman Reigns level, dude. Fuck Charlotte Flair. She needs to get booed out of the fucking arena every single fucking time she walks out. So we did see on SmackDown again, kind of going back to, the triple threat tag match that we saw featuring all the women from Raw that'll be in the Elimination Chamber this Sunday. We saw the Iconics taking on Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and Naomi and Carmella. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Naomi and Carmella ended up winning the match. Again, there was some, I believe there was some fucking bullshit stakes in this. I believe one of the teams gets to go in last or some shit. Honestly, I don't really care. I wasn't paying that much attention. Honestly, I'm not paying that much attention now. So it's like, do we really give a shit? Do we really give a shit? No, we don't. So we saw the Usos and Miz and Shane McMahon in basically a war of words. The crowd was heavily behind the Usos, which is kind of funny. I don't know if anybody heard the news here today, but apparently Jimmy, I think it's Jimmy or Jay, whoever is married to Naomi, got busted for possible obstruction of justice. I don't know. Apparently they got pulled over in Detroit. Naomi and him got pulled over. Apparently the cars reeked of booze, so they had Naomi get out of the car, which apparently, obviously, she didn't get a DUI, so she wasn't drinking, or at least wasn't under, under the limit or whatever. But apparently the Oos got a little too fucking temperamental and tried fighting the fucking cop. Like, I don't know, dude. Read the report on fucking TMZ or any of the dirt sheets out there, but I don't know how that's going to affect this coming Sunday. I don't know. I don't really think the Usos were going to take the tag titles off Shane McMahon and the Miz, considering we still have Fastlane to get to next month. Because obviously the New Day is going to get a tag team title shot next month, right? Right? They win it off the bar, then they take on the Usos, and then they take on the New Day, because those are the three top fucking tag teams on SmackDown. So I'm calling it right now. They face some incarnation of the fucking New Day next month. So we'll see what happens there, guys. So in pretty much the main event of the SmackDown, dude, yeah, if there's anything to go back and watch from this past week, it's definitely this gauntlet match. I mean, obviously we saw last year with the gauntlet match with Seth Rollins just completely kicking ass and taking center stage. So Mustafa Ali was set to be a part of the Elimination Chamber this coming Sunday, but he was injured last week on SmackDown in his match against Randy Orton. Really fucked up his face, I guess. So he's officially out, and Kofi Kingston is in, ladies and gentlemen. So this match heavily featured Kofi Kingston in regards to apparently he went a whole hour. He went a whole hour in the ring. I think he defeated Daniel Bryan. He pinned Daniel Bryan. He defeated AJ Styles, and then ultimately I think. No shit, was it? Maybe I got it wrong here. Yeah, no, I did get it wrong. So Kofi Kingston defeated, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and then ultimately lost to AJ Styles, which then at the very end, Randy Orton came in like 5 seconds, dropped AJ Styles, and boom, Randy Orton will enter last in the Elimination Chamber, because I believe that's what it was determining in regards to who will enter last for the Elimination Chamber this coming Sunday. So it's good to see Kofi Kingston getting such a heavily favored spot in this past match on Tuesday night. Hopefully this leads to bigger and better things for Kofi. I think he's always been a very talented wrestler. I think he definitely deserves a top spot, especially his work within the New Day the last 2-3 years. It's been 2-3, maybe even 4 years. I don't even know how long they've been together. It's at least 3 years, 3-4 years. So it's really good to see that. The only thing is, I don't know how many of you remember, but it's actually 10 years ago this month, in 2009, Kofi Kingston was slated to be in the Elimination Chamber for the Raw. It was the Raw Elimination Chamber at the time, but it was for the World Heavyweight Championship, which ultimately this is where Edge, who had earlier in the evening lost the WWE Championship in the first Elimination Chamber match of the evening, gaining being the ultimate opportunist that he was, taking Kofi Kingston out of the match prior to him entering the Elimination Chamber, and thus taking Kofi Kingston's spot. So hopefully this Sunday Kofi fares a little bit better and actually can make it into the Elimination Chamber before the match actually starts, which I was actually in attendance for that show. That was Elimination Chamber 2009. Well, actually, it was No Way Out. This is back when they still called it No Way Out. But yeah, No Way Out 2009, and that was in Seattle at the Key Arena. So that was quite the event to be a part of. Yeah, dude, it was pretty cool. So yeah, this pretty good addition to SmackDown, especially this gauntlet match, dude. Again, like if there's anything to really go out of your way to go see, it's definitely that match. So we jump right on into NXT TV this past week. We kicked it off with Dominant Dijakovic versus Shane Thorne. Dijakovic defeated Thorne. It's good to see, Dijakovic. He's continuing to push up the ranks in regards to being elevated on NXT. So he was a player. It wasn't a player, I should say, but he was in Ring of Honor prior to signing with WWE. So I never actually saw him in Ring of Honor, but I know we talk shit. I've talked shit about him in the past, but the guy's kind of growing on me in a sense. So we'll definitely continue to see what's going on. So we did see the Street Profits taking on Humberto Carrillo and Stacey Irvin Jr. Humberto Carrillo, I'm a big fan of this guy. I think this guy definitely has talent. Ultimately, I think he'll probably end up on 205 if anything. Street Profits are fucking badass and are the future tag team of NXT. I really enjoy those guys. Obviously, the Street Profits picked up the win here. This is just to help elevate those guys in regards to them moving up on NXT. So this so I'm trying to see what else happened here. So yeah, it looks like maybe the Street Profits are going to be taking on the Forgotten Sons. I guess this possibly is being continued. I'm kind of reading through here. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't think the Forgotten Sons came out here. I'm trying to read through here. Post-match brawl made a little sense in the team. Brethel. Okay. I don't fucking know, guys. I don't really give a shit that much. I'm just kind of like reading through the information right now. I didn't watch NXT this week, so again, we're just kind of recapping. So this is kind of my first time getting information on this here. So we saw Tanara Conti taking on Aaliyah. I don't know any of those fucking bitches. Aaliyah taking on defeated Conti, so I don't really care. Ricochet in the main event took on Adam Cole. So this is definitely a match I should go out of my way to go see. But Ricochet ultimately did pick up the win over Adam Cole here. Basically, dude, I'm a fan of both these guys here. So anytime you're going to see Ricochet or Adam Cole on WWE TV, these two, I really do hope end up being, big main event stars on the main roster. So time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. But that was NXT TV this week. Maybe I should have actually gone and fucking watched it. But really, I mean, kind of reading through the results outside of like the Adam Cole Ricochet, kind of seems like it was kind of like a show you really could just not really have to fucking watch. So let's go ahead and just run down the card that we have for Sunday for the Elimination Chamber. So we do have to crown the new WWE Tag Team Women's Champions. The inaugural WWE Tag Team Women's Championship, I should say, in the Elimination Chamber match. We do have Nia Jax and Tamina taking on the Riot Squad versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus the Iconics versus Bayley and Sasha and Naomi and Carmella. I think it will be a fun match. I think it's an Elimination Chamber match. I think we saw the women can always bring it, so I really think they're going to rehearse this match. I really think they're going to hopefully get some creative spots in regards to this, and hopefully Sunday this could be a sleeper in regards to the show itself. I don't think a lot of people are really expecting a lot out of this match, so again, like that's why I say it could be a sleeper. It could definitely be one of those matches that we walk away Sunday like, hey, that actually wasn't so bad. For the men's WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championship, we are going to see The Miz and Shane McMahon defend against the Usos. Again, with one of the Usos getting arrested here recently, I'm not too sure how this is going to affect this the outcome of this match. I think it should be a fun match. I think the Usos are, they're actually kind of rumored to possibly be on the outs with WWE. So, AEW bound? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. I don't necessarily have, again, like, I'm not very hyped up for this fucking pay-per-view, dude. So I'm not really expecting a lot out of this match. It will be the way it is, so we'll see what happens. So on the pre-show, we will see, Buddy Murphy defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Akira Tozawa. I think the Cruiserweights always bring it, much like the pre-show last month with the Royal Rumble, dude, that 4-way. I think this match very well could steal the show, maybe. Probably not, but, I think it's still going to be a good match nonetheless. So we are also going to see Ronda Rousey defending the WWE Raw Women's Championship against Ruby Riott. Again, it's pretty much foregone conclusion that Ruby Riott doesn't fucking matter on this card, so it's like Ronda Rousey's going to win. Hopefully it'll be an entertaining match. I like Ronda Rousey's matches. I really feel that, they should deliver a good match this coming Sunday. So we are going to see a handicap match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush taking on Finn Balor. Didn't realize this was a handicap match here. I don't know who's going to win this. I don't know. Hopefully Bobby Lashley steps it up, dude. Again, he's not really doing much. I mean, he's doing all right for what he's doing in on Raw right now, but again, it's not like he's fucking tearing it up week in, week out. It's not like he's fucking setting the place on fucking fire or anything. So it's like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what fucking happens on Sunday, guys. I don't know if Finn Balor is going to win the Intercontinental Championship or not. I mean, one would assume Lio Rush would fucking take the pinfall there, but I mean, why make it a handicap match? It's kind of fucking stupid. So we are going to see Braun Strowman take on Baron Corbin in a no disqualification match. I absolutely do not give a shit about this. Like, I'm kind of sick of Braun Strowman. I think WWE, really fucking missed the fucking boat with fucking, with Braun Strowman. I think motherfucker should have won the title from Brock Lesnar the very first time they fucking faced off, like in 2017. So, great. No disqualification match against Baron Corbin. I'll make sure to go take a big, long fucking shit while these two are fucking wrestling in the ring on Sunday. Hopefully, most likely will be the main event of the night. We will see Daniel Bryan defending his WWE Championship against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber match. Definitely out of all the matches, I think this is the one match, again, I am really looking forward to. I love all the competitors that are in this match, so I expect... I really do expect a really great match on Sunday, so... I really don't expect Daniel Bryan to drop the title. And again, I don't expect any real fucking surprises coming out of Sunday. So, I mean, prove me wrong, WWE. But I really think we're going to have a lackluster Sunday pay-per-view. And I think our post-show is probably going to suffer because it's going to be a lackluster fucking show. So, you should definitely listen to our post-show for sure. Because, I definitely want to always encourage you guys to listen to our show and shit. But with that being said, guys, that's the week that was professional wrestling. We go into Elimination Chamber this coming Sunday. And then we're on the road to Fastlane, and then finally we're on the road to fucking WrestleMania. Why the fuck do they gotta shoehorn 2 pay-per-views in between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania? I mean, like, what happened back in the day when at the slow burn, we had like maybe 1 pay-per-view, that was it, dude. Oh no, WWE gotta fucking do it big every single fucking year, man. I don't know, guys. So that's the week that was. I mean, again, the gauntlet match this last Tuesday on SmackDown was pretty cool. Other than that, like Adam Cole versus Ricochet, I think that would be something to go back and check out. The main event on Raw with the whole Becky Lynch apologizing can suck a big fat dick. Other than that, guys, we'll fucking see you Sunday, guys. Hey, just to get a little bit of business, if you're still listening at this point, hey man, if you haven't checked it out, dude, go back and check out the all new episode of the In the Mouth of Madness wrestling. Oh my God, I'm doing too much wrestling. The In the Mouth of Madness podcast. We covered the Thing this week. So if you like riff tracks, dude, I highly suggest you sync up our riff track and watch the Thing this weekend. The Thing is like one of my favorite films of all time, and dude, I had so much fun recording it with Dustin and Brandon, so I highly suggest you check that out. If you didn't check it out as well, all new episode of the podcast that no one listens to, we have Chevy on this week's episode. Again, dude, we're seeing the downloads, dude. I'm seeing the numbers. You guys are fucking listening, and I'm very fucking appreciative of that. That was such a fun episode, dude. I really highly suggest going back and listening to both those episodes. I think those are some of the two of the best episodes I think we've ever done. I'll go fucking down, hands down, if I can say it. I'm not gonna say that about this week's wrestling episode because it was just kind of like, I got home today, and I was like, fuck, I still gotta do that stupid fucking wrestling podcast, damn it. But nonetheless, I mean, like, I still enjoy wrestling, dude. Professional wrestling is definitely one of my fucking favorite things. So I definitely appreciate you sitting through this, listening to my thoughts on the week that was. And finally, guys, if you haven't already, give us that 5-star review, dude. Your 5-star review pushes us up the iTunes charts, Spotify charts, Google charts, whatever charts are out there, dude. But if you could take the few moments to give us that 5-star review, dude, I bid you thank you very much for taking the time to do it, man. Because I do it for the podcast that I listen to, man. I take that few seconds, I write that review. I get that 5-star review if I think it's warranted, and bada bing, bada boom, dude. That's how we roll. So, all right, guys, that's the Totally Necessary Wrestling podcast this week. Thank you again so much for taking the time to listen. We definitely will see you this Sunday with a post show for Elimination Chamber. And again, WWE, prove me wrong. Let's have a fucking fun show. Make this one of the best shows ever. I don't know. Let's have some surprises. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck you. Whatever, WWE. All right, guys. I love you, and we'll see you guys here shortly.
One day I met an old man, he said to me, you gotta live while you can, son, you gotta believe. When you're old and you're dying, it's so fun for you. You gotta live while you can till your days are all through. And I don't know why the cold wind blows, man. I don't know about all I've read. I just know that the days are numbered, and this is what he said. I got a time bomb ticking in my head, ticking in my head. I got a time bomb ticking in my head, ticking in my head. Said get out of my way. I got some living to do and there's no time to delay. Cause when you're old and you're tired, it's so fun for you. You gotta live while you can till your days are all through. And I don't know why the cold wind blows, man. I don't know about all I've read. I just know that the days are numbered, and this is what he said. I got a time bomb ticking in my head, ticking in my head. I got a time bomb ticking in my head, ticking in my head. I got a time bomb ticking in my head, ticking in my head. I got a time bomb ticking in my head, ticking in my head. So let's go. This is what he said.